Let me throw a hypothetical at you. Let's say there's like a worldwide virus going around, and say you contract that virus and now you can't be around people for like a week. How do you press the fast forward button on that week? That's right, you watch anime. I don't know why I did that with my hand. I'm not good enough at editing to put anime going across the screen. But you can't just pick up any token anime. No, it needs a little bit of girth on it. And I've never watched Naruto. I'm probably going to say Naruto the entire time. If you don't like it pronounced like that, I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going to be. Anyways, let's get this started. Also, spoiler alert if you're like not all the way through. First up, we're talking about the Demon Zabuza. I'm gonna be honest, super basic enemy. Water, mist, silent killing, big sword. Boom. I think he's C tier. Next we have Haku, which by the way, I think is way cooler than the Demon Zabuza. Better ability, kind of cooler, actually has a personality, also looks like girl. I think he is B tier. Next we have Kiba. I'm not gonna lie, I believe Kiba got done dirty because one, his animations absolutely suck in base Naruto. What do you call like the first, I guess part 1 of Naruto. And also Kiba's abilities are like kind of whack. He just turns into freaking the Tasmanian devil with his dog. I'm gonna put him D tier. Now you can't have Kiba without Akamaru, but I feel like Akamaru automatically gets a boost from just being a dog. C tier. Next we have Lady Chio, or Grandma Chio, or whatever. Granny Chio. What? Puppet Master is kind of cool, but at the same time, people can literally like shoot fire from their mouths. She does take down Sasori with Sakura, and I'm gonna be honest, she was definitely a hard carry in that battle. Oh, she also revived Gara. So I believe Granny Chiho is a nice B tier. Next we have Darui, who won his battle by complete luck. I think his abilities are freaking sweet. He just makes a light show and he can shoot like black lightning. I'm thinking Darui, hard C tier. Next we have Hamura. There's so many names. I don't know how to pronounce like any of them. If you don't know who this guy is, he is the brother to the Sage of the Six Paths. And he's the guy that was like, yeah, we just turned our mother into the mother freaking moon. And guess what? Now I'm gonna live there. F tier. Shout out to one of the few Akatsuki that they didn't even bother bringing back for the war. Not gonna lie, his abilities are kind of whack and really gimmicky. If he wasn't immortal, he would be actually probably the worst ninja in the world. I'm thinking he's D tier. Next we have Jugo. He has the curse mark that like takes in nature energy and then turns him into a absolutely murderous person. D. Next we have Kakuzu, who I believe might actually be the dumbest old person in the world because this man has apparently lived for hundreds of years. He has 5 different hearts. So it's pretty hard for him to take him down because you have to take out all 5 hearts, but he chooses to like split them up. So like it's easier to like divide and conquer. His personality is literally generic grunt that loves money. I believe he's also D tier. Next we have Kimimaro, good old bone boy. This guy also was done dirty by the animators until Rock Lee decided to get drunk. The way that they made his power seem in the anime, if this man wasn't dying by a disease, he would be absolutely busted. I'm gonna give him a B tier. Konohamaru, this is no personal ripe on him, but I just in general hate the kid character in animes. I don't need kids in my anime, which is kind of funny because like everyone in Naruto is like 16. I'm sorry, Konohamaru, you're gonna need to go into F tier. I know you defeated a Pain, which is absolutely absurd that they wrote that in, but even with you defeating a Pain, Konohamaru, I just don't like kids. What can I say? Kurenai. Asuna's love interest. I only remember her doing one thing. I don't even remember what her power is. I remember that she did try to stop like Itachi and Kisame. Who you gonna kiss me? When they came to the Hidden Leaf that one time. So every single woman in this anime is like relatively useless. They're just love interest. And that happened to Kurenai. I'm thinking D tier. Next we have Tiramai. Dude, these names are absolutely gonna get me. The Mitsukage, she spits lava. Her ability kind of sucks. It's actually incredible that she became the Mitsukage. I'm thinking C tier. Next we have Pakun. Kakashi's wolf pack. I actually always think it's funny that Kakashi is just like, what's my type? I'm dog type, dude. I got my boys with me. He's a goat. Yo, he sniffs people and finds them. Goated. Next we have Sasori. You know, the puppet boy who lost a good old granny over here and Sakura. I'm thinking C tier. He literally had zero personality. And I guess that's part of how they wanted to write him because he is a puppet. Next we have Shikaku, who basically won the war. It's not his fault that literally like one of the strongest individuals ever got revived on the other side. I don't think that's on him. But up until that point, that man was absolutely killing it. A tier. Next we have Ramen Guy. Ramen. He's goated. Next, we have the third Hokage who literally lost to the reanimation jutsu when Orochimaru brought back the first and second Hokage. So that's kind of ridiculous. When he got brought back again by Orochimaru to fight in the war again, he was probably actually the most useless of the first four Kage. I'm gonna put him C tier. Next, we have the Raikage, well, the fourth Raikage. He is Lightning Man, and his personality is, I don't trust you, I don't like you, fuck you. Also, he got like kind of messed up by Sasuke, didn't he? I'm thinking a B tier. Next, we have Asuma. He kind of just died. Asuma, I don't know. He feels kind of useless. Like, he had cool abilities. I'd also thought it was cool when he like got brought back to life. He was like telling everyone how to defeat him, and he was still kind of like just wrecking people. I'm gonna put him D tier though. Oh, he can be next to his girlfriend, Choji. Big guy, hits hard. He likes food. Dude, a lot of these personalities are like super basic. I'm thinking you're a C tier. This might be controversial, but Danzo is my mother freaking guy. Anything for the leaf, my guy. Anything. And when I mean anything, I mean anything for the leaf, my guy. Murder an entire clan that's technically part of the leaf? Done, my guy. Brainwash some random guy sitting in front of me so I can become the general of this freaking army? Done, my guy. Train a bunch of kids with like basically zero emotion so like we could just have absolute murder machines for the leaf? Absolutely done, my guy. He's just the guy to get it done. Steal a bunch of people's Sharingan so I could just keep on living my life over and over again. This man Danzo is crazy. This man Danzo went dumb hard. I'm putting him in A tier. You know what? No, screw that. I'm putting Danzo S tier. Deidara, true art is an explosion. I'm gonna be honest, he's like F tier. Like his ability is actually extremely good. But this man is like way too annoying to go into any other tier. Next, we got Hagoromo, also known as the Sage of the Six Paths. He's literally just in the story to like advance it. I think he's a little bit better than his brother that went to the moon to hang out with his mom. I'm gonna put him D tier. Ino, I don't know how many of you remember this, but I did just watch the entire series. In the tuning exams, Ino versus Sakura has to be one of the lamest fights I have ever witnessed in an anime. Sasuke and mother freaking Gara are like sitting there staring at them, just being like, we need to watch this? You're telling me there's gonna be a winner. I don't think there actually ended up being a winner. Ino and Sakura have the same exact personality. You can't convince me otherwise. D tier. Hey, I 100% get it. You need like a father figure in there. And hey, Iruka, great guy. Nice guy. I would love to eat ramen next to him. I would not want to get a drink with him because I feel like he would be pretty boring. But I would eat ramen with him. I'm gonna put him C tier. Kankuro, I think the puppet master ability is absolutely terrible. It's just bad. You know what? Don't even give me ninjutsu. I'll just come out like Rock Lee. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna put Kankuro D tier. This might be a surprising pick, but I actually think Karin is like kind of overpowered because not only does she have that freaking healing ability that people can just bite her and then immediately heal, she also has the Uzumaki like special sauce. She had the freaking chains come out of her near the end of the anime. Let's face it, her personality type is I'm in love with Sasuke. Give me Sasuke. Besides that, I think she's like a B tier. This might be a controversial statement, but I think Konan is easily the most powerful female character in Naruto. She almost took out Tobi. Like, she kind of had him, but she's like, hey, I was here for my friends the entire time. I became Paper Woman, and Paper Woman almost took down the big baddie. I think Konan is absurd. S tier. Next we have Neji Hyuga. In the first part, they like line him up to be like this super badass, like rival character to Naruto. And then you like basically never see him again. When they try to bring back Sasuke the first time, he faces that one sniper guy. And then after that, he does nothing. And then the war is there. Naruto shows up and then he just sacrifices himself for him. There's no reason that they had to write in him dying. What character is iconic enough to absolutely kill off, but won't change the anime at all? Neji. I'm gonna put him A tier. Screw it. Rock Lee. And I'm sure this is just a lot of people's favorite character just because of him versus Gara. I believe just because of the Gara versus Rock Lee fight, he's an automatic A tier just because of that. And you know what's wrong with that? They had him do like nothing else the entire series. They fought Bone Boy. He fought Bone Boy. And then he had the Drunken Fist. If they had Rock Lee do a little bit more, he would easily be my favorite character, but I'm putting him A tier just because of Rock Lee versus Gara. Next we have Sai. I know they tried to build up Sai as this like super secret, like overpowered individual. I actually don't think there is anyone more useless in this anime. Also, he's in that one scene that everyone points out that shows like, ooh, Naruto is so much more skilled than Sakura. He's so much more skilled than Sai. I hate him. I'm putting Sai F tier. Next we have Shino. Bug Boy. The running joke for him is that he's just kind of not there. I'm just gonna put him C tier, call it a day. Next we have Soigetsu, the person that I was actually the most excited, because I've never seen him, because I've never watched any like YouTube highlight videos of Naruto and seen this man. Dang, Water Sword Boy. I was like, it's kind of like the Demon Zabuza. Maybe he's like even cooler. He's not. I think the real shame is, at least in the anime, his like brother gets revived with the reanimation jutsu and then they don't do anything with it. D tier. Tamari, fangirl. What's that one type of girl that like a lot of guys are into? The Vegeta archetype. Tsundere, your token Tsundere girl. Is she ever useful? I'm really considering putting her F. I was gonna put her D. When they were chasing down Sasuke for the first time, I mean, she did come to the rescue. F tier. I'm sorry, but F tier. Next we have Tenten, whose ability is I can throw more kunai and shuriken than you. I'm thinking F tier as well. She's actually just there. Next, we have the person that I believe is the worst villain in Naruto. This is Tonari. He was in the movie The Last, which was the love movie of Hinata and Naruto. So the gist is the moon's falling into the earth. We don't know why. They find out this mother trucker is like, hey, you guys on Earth, dang, that ninja lifestyle that you're living down there ain't like the one I got up here. So I'm gonna run this moon into the earth to restart this shit. Then you would expect to go to the moon and be like, oh, there's probably all these people that are living that good life up there. No, it's just him. Everyone else died. No, us up here at the moon? I mean, me up here at the moon? Way better than all you down on Earth. He just came to the conclusion, he's like, yeah, it has to be pretty bad down there because, you know, there's more than just one person. F tier. Next we have Utakata, Bubble Boy. He's like alternate Sasuke. I'm actually pretty okay with Bubble Boy. He understood that he's like, hey, maybe I was wrong. And maybe I should help people. And I respect that about him. B tier. Next we have Zetsu. I'm combining white Zetsu and black Zetsu, even though I do think white Zetsu, the swirly one that talks about pooping all the time, very funny. Black Zetsu, it all just comes down to that he's just a mama's boy. And even Naruto kind of makes fun of him for being a mama's boy. C tier. We got Gara. Most of the time when people have like a change of heart in Naruto, I don't really believe it. I also don't really believe Gara's. His ability is super sick. Most of his fights are dope. I know it might sound a little lame, but he is kind of just cool. I'm gonna put him A tier. Next we have Might Guy. I understand that I already was like, yo, Rock Lee would have been my guy. Might Guy is my guy. I'm putting him goated. When you really look at it, he's the only person that did anything against Madara. I think Might Guy is so freaking cool. He also took out Kisame. Kisame, whatever, Shark Boy. And even Madara is like, yo, there is actually no guy stronger than this guy. So yeah, he's one of the goats. Next we have Hashirama, also known as the first Hokage. Good old Morning Wood over here. Honestly, I actually love his personality. He actually did make the hidden leaf because he kind of just wanted to hang out with people. He's like, yo, this fighting's kind of whack, dog. How about we don't? And we just chill. And I respect that about him. S tier. Next, we have actually the person that I believe is the most useful person in the anime. Hinata in the Pain fight, because I was like, dang. I was like, how is Naruto gonna get out of this one? I was like, Hinata? I actually had no idea. I actually was absolutely blown away. I had zero idea that Hinata actually was the one that triggered Naruto, basically. I also believe that Hinata is easily the most likable girl in the Naruto series, because all the other ones are just, their personality is annoying. And Hinata's is, I'm quiet. Hinata's S tier. Itachi Uchiha. I hate the fact that I like Itachi Uchiha so much. He has like by far the best character development. At the beginning of the anime, they were like, hey, here's this guy Sasuke. He's the cool one, right? And he's like, oh wait, what about if he had an older brother? And also that older brother also murdered his entire family except for his little brother. Dang, that's hard as fuck. Itachi's one of the goats. He like low-key talked Sasuke out of murdering everyone in the Hidden Leaf. I absolutely hate the fact that I like Itachi so much, because I bet you so many people like Itachi. Am I a basic bitch? And I look at Itachi and I'm like, I am. He's one of the goats. Next we have the mentor, Jiraiya. This man is actually just Master Roshi, right? It's not just me. I'm gonna put him B tier. Next we have Kabuto, which I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of like the one villain I'm like, you know, if you didn't run into Itachi Uchiha, I don't know if there's actually anyone that could beat him. I understand that he stole all of like Orochimaru's powers and whatnot, but like still, who was gonna beat him besides Itachi? No one. You're telling me Tobi? Yeah, right. He had Madara. Not to mention he also became a freaking sage. He came from an orphanage, became a spy, killed his mom, and then he became Snake Person. He had a sad story. I think he's S tier. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Kaguya. The problem that I have with Kaguya is like, they have this whole huge buildup of like, oh, it's gonna be freaking Madara. You're gonna be facing Madara with these freaking crazy powers when the 5 Kage couldn't defeat him when he didn't even have those powers. I was like, yo, how are they gonna pull this one out? And then Kaguya shows up. Mommy, sorry. F tier. Ooh, the rapping Killer Bee. He's a super gimmick. I actually think Killer Bee is like hard C tier. Super important for the story. I will never deny that. Killer Bee was 100% necessary. But I'm putting him C tier. Ooh, Kisame? This is literally just really strong Shark Boy. They try to make it so he was like redeemed when he like died. But nah, he just got his ass beat by Guy. I don't know. I think he's like a hard D tier. Next we have Kurama. Kurama? What? Kurama? The nine-tailed fox. Screw that Madara guy. He wants me back. I don't want it. If I need to choose, Naruto, you're my boy. I'm gonna put him B tier. Next we have Kushina Uzumaki, Naruto's ma. I do like that they wrote the story basically that Naruto's personality is just her personality. I think she's a totally fine person. B tier. Ooh, man of the hour, the man, the myth, the legend, Madara Uchiha. They kind of wrote the story, even though I don't necessarily agree with it, that like the entire Uchiha clan was kind of just hated by everyone and they were just like a necessary evil to fight this other clan. And then once they teamed up, everyone still continued to hate the Uchihas. I mean, the stone tablet is a convenient way to make the story just work for Kaguya. Mommy. The main disappointment that I have with Madara is literally, I feel like I got cockblocked. But him with Sage powers was so much scarier than Kaguya. I would have put him in the GOATs if they just let him fight him out. Instead, I'm gonna put him B tier. Next, we have the 4th Hokage, Minato, Naruto's dad. The entire series, they talk about how the 4th Hokage was the most powerful one. And I get it. He's extremely skilled. And maybe he was too powerful, because in the final fight, I feel like he didn't have arms for 90% of it. Yeah, Minato is a little too powerful. We're gonna need to take his arms off. The yellow flash of the leaf, I'm gonna put him A tier. Tobi/Obito, I split up into 2 different things because I feel like they did kind of just make him like 2 different people. As a setup villain, I love him. I think Tobi is perfect because I hate this guy. And they did it right. I absolutely hate him. Everything he stands for, everything he has done as a villain, 100% did his job correctly. Not only that, he's like, even though that he doesn't actually turn out to be Madara, when Madara actually shows up, you're like, wait a second. No way. And it also like gave you an expectation of how powerful Madara was gonna be. The combination of Tobi and then Madara actually showing up was very well done. I believe Tobi is an A tier. Next we have Obito. Obito versus Kakashi is actually one of the best fights in the entire series. This is one of my main gripes with Naruto as a whole. They animate like hand-to-hand combat so well in this, and they don't do it that often. Yeah, this girl that I knew when I was a kid, yeah, still strong feelings for her. That's gonna bring me out of the darkness, and then it does, and then I die, meet her, and then I'm like, ooh, in death, you know, I could wait a little bit longer. Let me just save the day and help out my boy mother freaking Kakashi over here. This version of Obito, I think he's super convenient. I think he's C tier. Next, we have the Tsuchikage, Oniki. I think they realized they made particle style incredibly too powerful at the end, because they kind of needed to write in like a bunch of different stuff to just be like, yeah, particle style? Yeah, it gets canceled by this, 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 and this. This guy literally just destroys particles. And then you're just gonna be like, no. Yeah, if you have a Renegon, yeah, it turns out particle style doesn't work on you. Tsuchikage flies around and literally shoots lasers that destroy people. I'm thinking B tier. Next, we have Orochimaru, a man that literally just wants to know how all the jutsu works. And then he will also get it by any means necessary. In my heart, it's saying S tier for Snake. He sat there and was like, yo, you didn't want to make me Hokage? I'm gonna destroy the leaf. And anyone that wants to destroy a whole gosh darn village because of salt, that's pretty sweet. I'm putting him S tier. Next we have Rin, a person that you don't hear anything about for like the longest time. And then all of a sudden you're telling me that she's gonna save the day because Obito caught feelings way too many years back. Obito, you should have known better. She has cooties. F tier. Next, we have literally one of my favorite characters, Shikamaru. This man is not particularly good at fighting. His jutsu is hella gimmicky, and he knows it. Well, that's the thing that I like about him the most. You think you can beat me? I can just outthink you. A tier. Next, we have Tobirama, the 2nd Hokage. Out of all the Hokage, I think this is easily the most boring one. I'm thinking C tier. Next, we have the 5th Hokage, Tsunade. Her main thing is that she is support. I know she has like the 100 healings jutsu or whatever that like basically keeps her from dying. It doesn't matter if you can't die 100 times if you can't kill your enemy once, like Madara. She tried to keep literally everyone alive when Pain attacked. I mean, she was trying her darndest. No, I don't think she's powerful enough to be a Hokage. I actually don't even think she's close. She is by far the weakest of all the Hokage. You're telling me you put Tsunade versus Kakashi in a fight? You're telling me Tsunade comes out on top? Highly doubt. I don't even think she beats that one chick from the mist that spits lava. I understand she's a support, but I do think she's D tier. Good old Yamato. Talk about a character that the anime just did dirty. They're like, yeah, you're not going to be in this war whatsoever. You'll show up in the end, but like you're unconscious and something is just using you for your body. There's actually no reason why they needed to take him out of the war. They were like, oh, you made the white Zetsu more powerful. The white Zetsu were still like not even that useful. The most useful thing that the white Zetsu did during the war was copy people so they could just like stab people in the back. I do think wood control is very cool though, and I'm gonna put Yamato in A tier. Next, we have Pain. I understand Pain is not the main villain of like Naruto, but in my head, this is the main villain. He just seemed the scariest. You had no idea what was going on. He just kept on mouthing off that like, you will feel pain. And he literally just went and destroyed the entire village. Also, this is specifically Pain, not Nagato. When I sit there and think of the villain for Naruto, I think Pain. He's one of the goats. Next, we have Nagato. I like his backstory. I like that entire group's backstory. It's like the first time that the Renegon shows up and you're like, dang, that's crazy. He brings everybody back to life in the leaf that he just previously killed. He's like, yeah, those buildings can't do that. But all the people I killed, I got you. I'll put him A tier. Sakura, dude, I'm not blind to it. On my TikTok page, anime stuff does show up. And a lot of them talk about how useless Sakura is. And I've came to the conclusion that she is just as useless as all the people on social media say. The thing that really pissed me off about Sakura, because she's been relatively useless the entire time. She heals people. She's a support. I understand that. Whatever. At the end, she is in Obito's dimension. And she goes up to Obito and he's like, don't think I'll forgive you for all this stuff, blah, blah, blah.
You are my enemy. You hurt and killed many of my comrades.
Obito's like, I have a request from you, not for a friend, for an enemy.
Quickly, there's not much time. Please destroy this left eye.
Sakura literally sits there and is like, I don't know if I can do that, dude. You're telling me I need to, by stabbing this guy in the eye, I can save the entire planet? And he's telling me to do it.
Do it, come on.
And not only that, you're literally a medical ninja. So if you feel bad about it, you can just like heal him. That was the moment that really pissed me off for Sakura. Sakura is F tier. Kakashi, he's just so cool. And I like that Kakashi for like a long while. He's like, dog, I don't know how I can even be useful. I'm like, they passed me in the dust, dude. I'm useless right now. Meanwhile, he's still like way more useful than basically everyone else in the series. Kakashi Hitake, the son of the White Wolf. He's goats. He's in the goats. He's with the goats. Sasuke Uchiha. Let me be clear. I hate Sasuke's character development. I think Sasuke is actually one of the dumbest individuals I've ever encountered in an anime. So cool, but so incredibly stupid. This is the thing that absolutely blows my mind about Sasuke, is he goes, kills his brother, finds out the truth that he was just trying to protect the leaf the entire time. And Sasuke's conclusion is like, my brother was trying to protect the leaf? Nah, I'll go destroy it, bruh. The Black Flames, Amaterasu, has to be simultaneously one of the scariest things and most useless things I've ever seen in an anime. It works like 5% of the time. And then he comes to the conclusion that his brother was actually the real Hokage, which I'm like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know, dude. I don't like Sasuke. I think his abilities are cool, but actual character development, his brother's way better. Itachi's so much cooler than Sasuke. This might upset some people. I think Sasuke's mid. He's C tier. Last, but certainly not least, we have Naruto Uzumaki. Personality-wise, he has the most generic protagonist personality whatsoever. His personality is, I'm gonna be the best because I said I'm gonna be the best, and I'm never gonna give up. That is his personality. Hey, in the gray areas, I actually do respect a man that was like, dog, I don't know. Mother freaking Nagato went up to Naruto and was like, yo, how are you gonna achieve peace? And Naruto is straight up like, I have no idea. And then they continue fighting because of that. And I totally get that. I was like, yes. In the gray areas, Naruto doesn't know what to do. I think at the beginning, they kind of tried to make it so like any individual could have been Naruto. It could have been anyone. It was just some random kid off the side of the street that they just had to stick the nine tails in. And then you realize that like literally his parents are like two of the most gifted individuals ever. I always find ranking like the pro tag super difficult. Me personally, and I'm probably gonna put him here, I think he's A tier. He is protagonist. I don't know if there's any significant difference between Naruto and like a Natsu, a Goku. I mean, Goku's main attribute is that he loves fighting all the time. Naruto's main attribute is he loves fighting for his friends. And Natsu's the same way. In his universe, he is one of the GOATs, but in this tier list, I don't think he's actually one of the GOATs. I have came to the conclusion that the show of Naruto is more of like the Naruto / Kakashi show. I actually didn't bring this up for Kakashi. I actually think Kakashi in general has the best fights in the whole series. But Naruto, I'm putting him A tier. This is the final tier list. I'm not gonna lie, putting Naruto in A tier does feel a little wrong. He probably should be up there with the GOATs. If you want me to rank some other character in Naruto, put him in the comments. These 69, it was actually 69. These 69 characters were just the ones that I deemed the most important. If you think I'm gonna watch Boruto, I'm not. And if you're not already, consider subscribing. We're small over here. I would love it if you subscribed. Unless you're already subscribed, in which case, that's my mother freaking dog.